Welcome back, my dear friends, to the 130th solo episode of Living Without Fear. I'm Esther Buerki, your host from Switzerland, and I'm so grateful that you're here with me today, listening with an open heart. You know, I always want to share with you my most personal stories, the ones that don't always look shiny on the surface, but carry within them the deepest lessons. Because I truly believe that when we open up about our own struggles, we give permission to others to be real too. And today I want to talk about something that has shaped me profoundly, something that changed how I see life, happiness, and even wealth itself. It's about what it really means to feel rich. Not the kind of rich that's measured by your bank account or your possessions, but the kind of rich that lives quietly inside your heart, in your gratitude, your connections, and your everyday moments. This understanding didn't come from reading a book or attending a seminar. It came from life itself, from traveling, from motherhood, from times when money was tight, but my heart was full. And most of all, it came from one very special place that I keep close to my soul, India. Before COVID, I used to travel every year to India. Why? Because that country, with all its contrasts and chaos, has a heartbeat of spirituality that I have never found anywhere else. But there's something even deeper that keeps calling me back. The way people, they radiate richness without actually having much. They may live in simple homes without big cars or fancy furniture, yet their smiles tell you everything. They feel rich, and it shows in the way they walk, the way they share, and the way they look at you, as if life itself is already enough. I remember my very first trip to India with my two sons. They were just 5 and 7 back then, and I was in the middle of getting divorced. It was a time of change, uncertainty, and emotional rebuilding, but India embraced us like an old friend. Because we had already been to Egypt together with their father, my boys weren't shocked to see people who didn't own much. What surprised them, though, was how happy these people were. In India, we didn't have our usual shower. Instead, we had bucket showers. And you know what? My sons absolutely loved them. They found it funny at first, and then they started to prefer it. It became a little ritual, a playful joy. They learned so quickly how creativity and resourcefulness can replace luxury. They watched locals adapt a SIM card to a new phone by simply cutting off a few edges. They saw how a metal statue could be cleaned with Coca-Cola and a brush. They learned how to make jewelry with cotton threads and beads. One day, we met a Tibetan woman who cooked the most delicious momos, dumplings filled with love. Her kitchen was just a small corner of her modest home, but her warmth filled the whole space. My sons became friends with her two boys who were older but so kind. And as we sat together, eating her home-cooked meal, I remember thinking, this is what being rich feels like. We didn't have much. They didn't have much. But our hearts were full, our laughter was pure, and we felt completely at home. That's when I began to understand true wealth has very little to do with money. Years later, when I started my own business, I experienced moments when money was truly tight. Every time one of my sons was invited to a birthday party, I felt stressed because I couldn't always afford the expensive Lego sets or branded toys that other families bought. I tried to suggest creative homemade gifts, but often their friends wanted the real thing. I felt small, poor, and ashamed. And yet, looking back now, I see how wrong I was. We were rich in ways that no one could measure. Our time in India had opened our hearts and shaped us into people who value connection more than possessions. I had chosen to spend what little I had on experiences, not on things, because I believed those experiences would teach my sons more about life, compassion, and gratitude than any toy ever could. And it did. Today, at 19 and 21, my sons are the most open-hearted and curious souls I know. They connect easily with people from all over the world. They're humble and they carry that same spark of appreciation that once lit up our little home in India. And that, to me, is priceless. So why am I telling you all this, dear listener? Because I want to remind you, your worth has nothing to do with the number in your bank account. I had to learn this lesson the hard way with the help of two wonderful money coaches. They asked me to create a long list of what truly determines my worth. And I want to share that with you today because maybe it can help you too. I wrote down everything that makes me me. My ability to speak several languages, my joy in playing the violin in an orchestra, my love for swimming in the lake or the sea, my creativity when painting or crafting with my sons, my patience and care for the plants in my home, my strength from teaching skiing, my communication skills that connect me to people across cultures, my writing that has led to children books and books for adults. The list grew longer and longer, and with every item I added, I started to feel wealthier without earning a single Swiss franc more. So, dear listener, this is your moment. Pause this episode right here and take a few minutes. Write down your own list. Everything that makes you feel rich, your talents, your passions, your small daily joys, your resilience, your kindness, your laughter. Go ahead. I'll wait. Welcome back. Now tell me, on a scale from 1 to 10, how rich did you feel before making this list? And how rich do you feel now? Do you see how easy it is to shift your perception? Wealth isn't out there. It's inside you. And once you start seeing it, you begin to radiate it. You've probably heard of famous people who had everything: money, fame, power, and yet felt so lonely and unhappy that they ended their own lives. Their fortune couldn't fill the emptiness inside, because true wealth doesn't come from having more, but from feeling enough. One more thing that helped me reconnect with that feeling was starting a gratitude practice. I began posting on Instagram every day what I felt grateful for, small or big, and why it made me happy. It transformed my mindset completely. If you haven't started yet, maybe tonight is a beautiful moment to begin. Before going to bed, write down one thing you're grateful for today. Just one. And if you keep doing that every day, you'll soon realize you're richer than you ever imagined. Because richness is not what you own, it's what you feel. It's the love you give, the laughter you share, the peace you cultivate inside. So today, I invite you to start seeing your own life through this lens. Look around, your breath, your morning coffee, your children's smiles, the light that touches your face. You are rich, my friend. You've always been. Thank you for listening, for feeling, and for growing with me. And if you feel called to work with me, please reach out. I would love to help you break through old patterns and step into your new version with ease and love. Thank you for letting me share this very personal story with you. It means so much to me to know that my voice reaches your heart. Until next week, keep living without fear.